Okay, stream started. You should see the Yaw. There's a slight delay, so oh, cool. Sorry everyone, I'm just confirming that video is streaming, and it is. So, alright, let me just get in the chair and make sure everything's where I need it to be, hopefully. Alright, so I'm going to put the headset on and just do one step using Desktop Plus, just so that you see what I do. Why am I getting that notification? I shouldn't. Alright, you might hear some Discord notifications occasionally. Oops. Alright, so I've got the Yaw bowl centered. I'm just going to open Desktop Plus. So here's your your GameEngine 2. So first I'm going to connect, which I need to do with the keyboard and a mouse. So first I need to connect the seat, and I want to calibrate, or recenter I should say. So it's centered, and then I'm going to get in the chair carefully, which is hard to do with a headset on. Alright. Okay, so I have mouse. I have Steam open over there, and I have No Limits installed, so hopefully I click this. Alright, so the key thing here is make sure to enter -telemetry into the launch options or into a shortcuts target. So what I want to do is, number one, I want this to be in a better position. It's not going to do that for me. Just going to Alt-Tab so I can see my mouse pointer. Where is my mouse pointer? Alright, I'm going to put the controls down because they're not helping me. Oh, it's over there already. Alright, so I'm just going to drag this window around so we can all see it. And go to my library. No Limits 2. And then in Manage, no, Properties, Launch Options, we want -telemetry. Hopefully that typed correctly. Alright, so, and then all you have to do is just close that, and I'm just going to double check that it's saved there. Alright, it is. So that theoretically should be all we need to do. I'm not going to download their track because it shouldn't need it. Alright, so if I do start plugin, do I need to load the game first? Ah, alright. Oh, there's also patch game, but that just puts a shortcut on your desktop. So I assume we need to load the game. Whoops. Which is probably easier to do with a mouse at the moment. We want it in Steam VR mode. I don't know why it says HTC Vive. But because it says VR mode, I'm going to try that one. And the problem with No Limits is it takes up the entire screen when you're in So if I go Desktop Plus, I'm just going to need to Alt-Tab to get to GameEngine, Start Plugin. Okay, and so it actually wants to wait for it to start, so I'm going to quit. Let's just do this again. Start plugin, play. Just going to Alt-Tab so I can see. Alright, cannot read, which is probably what Spaced was seeing. Alright, so if we close that, let's just quit No Limits. I'm going to try one other thing. I'm going to go Start Plugin. Why is it not doing anything? Start Plugin, no. Let's just move this to where it's more practical for the way I'm facing. That's Desktop Plus in case anyone wants to know. Oh, so it's actually in the plugin, which is weird because I already quit. So I have to exit, but it's not letting me exit. Why would it not let me exit? Dash, thank you. Bit hard to see. Alright, I'm just going to quit GameEngine. No, it's not even going to let me. Alright, let me just edit this. Dash. What happens if I go play now? Will it pick it up? It's probably not going to. Although you don't usually know until you play the game. So I'm just going to try. Well, let me just see what GameEngine says. Oh. What did Spaced say? Oh, that was something else. Oh, that's a different server. Alright, I don't know why GameEngine is doing this, but I'm probably going to have to quit and do a Control-Alt-Delete, I'm guessing. God, this keyboard's got special keys to do delete. Oh God. Alright, we're going to next now. But nothing. Is there something under this window? No. So this is quite frustrating. It's in a crashed state by the look of it. Alright, because I remap keys on my keyboard, I'll just do Task Manager. Quit GameEngine. Alright, hopefully the bowl is in roughly center. It's close enough. And let's just try this again. The eternal. It's really sucky that you can't open something in admin mode. Maybe I can just enter. Did that open it? No. So let's try that again. I'll probably just have to press tab. Tab. Enter. No. It doesn't help that my screen is off to the side so I can't see it. Shift tab. There we go, Shift Tab. Alright, so simulator, recenter Yaw, go down to No Limits, get Steam where I can see it, click No Limits, start plugin, play, launch in VR mode, play. Fingers crossed. Now the thing is you don't know whether it's working until you look at. Alright, so I'm hoping that it's working because it's saying exit plugin. So if I go start, there we go, the bowl just moved, so that's a good indication. So now if I go play, and I'll just do the basic basic Colossus track. Okay. Now what can sometimes happen is when the game starts, the bowl spins around to face whatever the game thinks is forward, which can be quite disorienting, but after that, so I'm a little bit off center, so I just press R, but you can see the bowl's moving. So if I just recenter, should recenter. Alright, the bowl's not moving correctly, or I'm not moving correctly at least. And I've stopped moving. Oh, that's disconcerting. Should be R for recenter. It's probably not having your... Yeah, I need to focus the game. There we go. If I recenter by pressing R, I'll rest my head on the... something I rarely ever do. As you can see, it's moving as expected. Now, I haven't actually enabled motion compensation at the moment, so I am starting to drift quite considerably because now I'm facing sideways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and let's escape to quit that track. So what I'm going to do is try and enable motion compensation, which means I'm going to need to quit the game. Why is that not? Because I need to enable OVMRC. Alright, so what quite often happens in Steam, close, is that going to work? Close. Alright, good, that's still in a working state, so we'll just leave that as it is. And then, so only desktop plus is loaded at the moment, and this is a OVMRC issue in that it quite often gets blocked. So I'm not going to restart Steam yet. I'm going to go here and just make sure. So I tend to just turn it off and on and then restart Steam VR. And this can take a few tries. Alright, so what we're looking for is, so yeah, it's not there yet, so I just need to do that whole thing again. One blocked. I don't need the Quest streamer, so I'm not going to worry about that one. So we're just turning off and on this, and then restarting Steam VR again. This is probably the most frustrating part about using motion compensation. And it would be extremely well received, I believe, if Yaw did something about that, because spending several minutes just stopping and restarting Steam VR to get motion compensation going is a royal pain in the ass. Fingers crossed. Are we third time lucky? Nope. Alright, I'm gonna just try and unblock all. So you can see this is just not a good user experience having to do this. Alright. Well, I don't want that off. I do want that off. Close. That might have been the cause because it was off still. But still, the fact you have to do this dance of getting everything to work. Alright, it's here. So, alright, what I'm going to do now is just try and get the bowl into a roughly central position. I've got a spirit level on the front. With a Yaw 2, this would be a lot easier, of course. Okay, so I've got a Vive puck over here that I need to turn on. Hopefully I'm not too loud in the mic. And then if I go to Desktop Plus, alright, so the puck's there, but it's not on yet. Come on, I want to move this where I can see it. Alright. Not detected, so I might just need to hold the power switch on a bit. There we go. Oh god, just turned it off, didn't I? Hopefully I haven't put it into some firmware update mode. It really shouldn't take this long to get all this stuff working well. And I really don't want to have to get out of the chair to get the puck working. Alright, there we go. It's on. So we need that on for motion compensation. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the mouse. Use the mouse. Start the plugin. Launch No Limits again in VR mode. Play. Oh, I should have recentered the bowl. I wonder if I can do that after the fact. Because I haven't started, I can. Where? Yeah, I want you. Alright, so if I recenter the yaw and then go start. See, when I talk, that's what I mentioned about. Sometimes it just spins you around. Alright, so now if I go into OVMRC, now I know from history that this is the one ending in C44. That's the tracker up here. And now if I go enable motion compensation, the whole visual will sort of drop and then come back up. Oh, there you go. So now motion compensation is enabled. Now if I go back to No Limits, return to the game, I probably need to reset my save position just so that the visuals are in the right place. Hopefully, play. I'll just do Colossus again. What I'm going to do is just go into Desktop Plus and make sure this is focused so that if I do any keyboard shortcuts during the game, they actually work. Come on. Alright, Colossus. Okay. Alright, and I'm already facing the right way. But now it's not turning. What's the deal? Did I miss something? It started. I don't know. This could just be GameEngine being flaky. I mean, I honestly typically use SRS myself. I need to disable motion compensation because my visuals went wacky. So what I'm going to try and do is just exit GameEngine and reopen it. Sorry, that's a bit boomy in the mic. Close. Alright, so frustrating. Put it in front of me, not behind me. Alright. It would be a lot easier if I didn't have such a widescreen monitor. Where's my mouse? Alright, I'm just going to find the center roughly. Thank you for arrows on the floor. Alright, mouse, close GameEngine. Oh god. Crane the neck. Alright, so Shift Tab, Enter. We'll load GameEngine. Right, so we want to reconnect the yaw. I'm just going to see how I'm going for center. A bit up high. Alright, my spirit level's good enough. So I want to recenter the yaw. Go find No Limits. Start plugin, play. Alright, what hasn't happened that I expected to there is the bowl hasn't. Oh, but it is, it's just got to press start, I think. So if we go start, that's so annoying. It's not even facing, it's facing backwards on my play space, but alright, so I'm just gonna, we want to enable motion compensation again. So boom, apply. Alright, so now if I just go play and then recenter, make sure that it's active window, it looks like it is. Okay. Press R when it loads. R for recenter. Alright, I don't know what's going on there. I don't have movement. But I did before motion compensation was enabled. So, oh, I did just move a little bit. Maybe it's gonna, oh there we go, it's kicked in. So what motion compensation primarily does is moves the reference point for tracking to the axis of your seat, essentially. So but what should not happen now is I shouldn't start swimming like where I was looking sideways from the chair. And as you can see, my reference point is staying forward, unlike before where I ended up looking sideways. Alright, we get the idea. So what I'm going to do now is... Why can I not? Probably need to escape. No. So what I don't get is why my tracker thinks I'm facing backwards now. That's not usually what I expect to happen. Anyway. If I exit the game... Oh my god, that's even harder. So I want to try it. I've got my controller backwards and upside down, and I want to try and disable motion compensation. Oh no, wrong button. Trigger. It's very hard to operate this backwards. Every axis is upside. Alright, there we go. So what I want to do is, while I'm here, is demonstrate the process not using GameEngine. Close. Alright, so I'm going to exit GameEngine. And I'm going to open Sim Racing Studio, which I think the icon is on my other screen, unfortunately, so I'll just do it from here. Just for anyone who's not familiar with it, this is what I've pretty much used all the way along, just because I had issues figuring out GameEngine initially as well. But experience-wise, I find GameEngine to be, Sim Racing Studio to be worth it. Alright, so it automatically finds that the yaw is there. You just go center when you've got the bowl centered, which I've roughly done. And that's it. All I need to do now is go and load a game that's supported. And so the bowl moves really definitively. And you'll see that now it's automatically loaded the No Limits profile. So then all I do is go in and enable motion compensation and go play. Now I just want to check that it is the frontmost screen. So Colossus, okay. Just get ready to press R in case. And I'm already forward. So see, I even got a bit of motion then when I took off. The bowl kicked back a little bit, so it's giving you that feeling of forward motion. Again, this is all going to be tweaking settings for what you get vibration for and everything. I ended up turning off a lot of the vibration because I found that it affected the tracking of motion compensation a fair bit. Anyway, much the same, and GameEngine is free, so it's not to be discounted, but if you value your time, the fact that it automatically loads profiles, all you have to do is like connect to the yaw and center. It's worth it for me. I think I paid around about $50, and like I don't get any benefit from GameEngine for recommending it. I'm just a happy user. I don't have the pro version, I just have the single once-off payment. Their pro version is like a subscription which gives you joystick support and things like that. So But anyway, I think that's shown what I said I would do for everyone, for a couple of other people in the channel, is like setting up motion compensation. The key thing, which I can't remember I said before, is that OVMRC is currently not working for me if I'm using Steam VR Beta. So I went back to the stable, and that was what was required for me to get it working. So that's just one thing to keep in mind as well. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream in the time it takes me to get out of the chair. See, the other thing here is my controller is in the right orientation, which it wasn't happening with GameEngine. I don't know why, but it's more accurate from that perspective. So, alright, hopefully that helps a lot of people. You can definitely expect to see videos from me of the Yaw 2 when I receive mine. And say well. Cheers. Where is my mouse pointer?